Hi, Steve Mills here, and I was recently asked, what do I think is the future of marketing? I immediately responded with, I've got no idea, because, I'm not a fortune teller, and, one thing I do know is that the future of marketing is change. Things are going to change. Things are going to change within LinkedIn, Facebook, email, website, SEO, you name it, and it's going to change. So that is something I can tell you. What the future is, I don't know. But I will tell you what I think is going to happen, what I think we're going to move towards. And I suppose in one word, I would say that is voice. Voice is the future of marketing. You look back over the years, years ago we used to listen to radio and TV, and we'd read newspapers and magazines, and then along came the internet, and we're reading emails and, blog posts and things like that. And, as we go forward, I think voice is going to become more important. I'm doing a live broadcast. I'm using my voice, and I'm using it a way that I'm hoping I'm going to inspire. I'm going to position myself as an expert, hopefully, and I'm going to be able to communicate with people really quickly, really easily, and literally at no or very little cost. And so, voice becomes, I think, a real key. Now, along with the voice as in audio, like I'm using right now, there comes this thing called video, and that is, really as well the future, isn't it? It's quite a sad thing that I think, generally speaking, 90-something% of us would rather watch a film than read a book, which, I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, but what I do believe is it is a thing, it is the way it is. And, so reading your web page with all the wonderful text, how you've lined it up and your bullets and so on and so forth. For some people, that's the way forward. And, some people would rather read it, and some people would rather listen to it, and some people would rather watch it. And so I suppose really what I'm saying at the moment is all those techniques are still really valid, but I think that the future is going to be much more towards the use of voice and video and so on and so forth. If you're thinking about business right now, we've got all this artificial intelligence. We've got all this voice-activated everything. I can now talk to my car, tell it to turn on, tell it to change radio stations, talk to it and tell it to put the windscreen wipers on, or increase the temperature in the car, etc., etc. At home I've got my Alexa, and I can tell that to do, to ask it what the news is going to be tomorrow, get it to turn my heating up, my lights on. I can get it to play virtually any song that's ever been written, ever by anybody. I can even ask, what's happening in the football world, or with my football club, Sheffield Wednesday. Is there any Sheffield Wednesday news today? And it'll tell me all that information. What's the weather going to be like tomorrow? What's the weather like in Singapore right now? You name it, and we've just got access. We've had access to all this information for years and years, but now we can just physically ask for it rather than have to type something in. And I don't know about you, but I can speak a lot faster than I can type. And, that's the future of marketing, I believe. I think it's going to become more and more important. And also, the one of the big things about voice is the way that we can use passion or enthusiasm or sadness or anger in our voice to really portray something. I've recently done some training with a guy called Steve Trister, who was brilliant. He's a qualified actor, and he was helping me with the way I use my voice. And he was talking about honouring the words. He kept saying to me, "You're not honouring the words." And I said, "Well, what do you mean? What is honouring the words?" He said, "Well, I'll give you an example. When you use a word like I want to tell you a secret to something. I'd say typically, today I want to share with you a secret about how to do A, B, or C. He would say, today I want to share with you a secret about how to do A, B, or C. Okay, so it's honouring the words. And I just thought I'd bring that to you because, if the future is words, then we've got to really become better at using words. The old saying is, it's not what you say, it's how you say it, I think is really important. And, I'm working myself on becoming better at saying the words, not only the words I say, but how I say the words in order to, I suppose, influence more people, not necessarily to, buy my products and services, although you should, but more importantly, to, influence them to take action, because it's the action that they take that makes them grow their business. It's not coming to me and learning new stuff. It's what you do when you learn new stuff, the action that you take that makes the biggest difference. So that's it for this podcast. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to know more from me, go to my website. You're very welcome to sign up to a results awareness meeting. They're free. My website is www.stevemills.co. Thanks very much for listening.